In this lesson, we will learn about the DFS namespaces at ITLifeSkills. First, we will learn about the problem and why DFS is the solution. After that, we will learn about the components of a DFS namespace. Next, we will set up the DFS namespace at ITLifeSkills. Then we will update the logon scripts and perform the verification. Finally, we sum up our lesson with the keynotes. I got a call from my manager early in the morning that the hard drives on the file server was crashed due to a power outage and could not be recovered. As you may know, at ITLifeSkills, the file server is currently hosting the projects folder, the departments folder, the users folder, and the public folder. It took us 5 hours to restore all the files from the backup, but it requires a lot of pre-work for the end users because the files from the backup are not up to date. Also, while restoring, most users could not work. In fact, users started complaining about the performance of the file server months ago, but it was too important to bring down. We need a solution to spread the files to multiple file servers without changing the logical structure of the shares. After researching, I found DFS namespace is a right solution for us because it allows us to keep the current file share structure and spreading the files on multiple file servers. This will significantly increase the performance for the end users. If one server is down, it impacts only a small number of users and the restoring time is much faster. We can extend the file shares to many servers in different locations without user notice. In this example, the projects folder has its file on two different file servers, cpvfs01 and cpvfs02. Currently, the public folder has its file only on cpvfs01, but we can easily spread the files in the public folder to multiple file servers when needed. Let's now learn about DFS namespace components. As you may know, a DFS namespace can be set up with one of the following types. The first type is standalone namespace with the path is server name, then root name. The second type is domain-based namespace with the path can be either NetBIOS domain name, then root name, or DNS domain name, then root name. Domain-based namespace can be hosted on multiple namespace servers to increase the availability of the namespace. In this example, this is a standalone namespace because it starts with the server, and this is a domain-based namespace because it starts with a domain name. So what is namespace server? As you know, namespace server is the server that is installed with DFS namespaces role when new DFS namespaces are created. The namespace server can be a member server or a domain controller. On the namespace server, we can create multiple namespace routes depending on the file share structure within the organization. A namespace root is the starting point of a namespace. In the namespace path HQ corporate data, the namespace root is corporate data. It is a domain-based namespace as it begins with the domain name HQ. Its metadata is stored in Active Directory domain services. Within the namespace root, we can add folders to create structure and hierarchy to the namespace. The folders do not have actual content. In a namespace root or in a folder, we can create folders with targets. A folder target is the UNC path of a shared folder or another namespace that is associated with a folder in a namespace. The folder target is where the data is stored. So in this example, within the namespace root HQ corporate data, we created the target public, which points to the public share folder on the file server cpvfs01. And within the projects folder, we created two targets. The first one is the logic launch, which point to the logic launch folder in the project shares on the file server cpvfs02. And the second target is byte basics, which points to the byte basics folder on the shared projects on the file server cpvfs01. Let's set up DFS namespace at ITLifeSkills. First, we need to install the DFS namespaces role on the domain controller cpv DC11. To do that, we need to click on Manage, then click on Add Roles and Features. Then we click Next, then Next, then Next. In the server roles, we need to find the role DFS namespaces and click on that and click on Add Features. Then click Next, then click Next, then click on Install. And when it finishes, we click on Close. That's it. Let's now create the namespace root corporate data. To do that, we need to open DFS Management. And here we need to right click on the namespaces and click on new namespace. Here we need to browse for the namespace server, and in this case it is our domain controller cpvdc11. Then click on check names, then click OK and click next. Here we need to type in the namespace root corporate data, then click next, then click next, then click create and click close. When it finishes, let's open the namespace path, and here is the namespace path hq.itlifeskills.local corporate data, and we can browse this as HQ corporate data. Let's now create the public folder with targets in the namespace root corporate data. To do that, we need to right click on the namespace root and click on new folder, and here we type in the name public, and now we add the folder targets, which is the share on the file server cpvfs01. So we type in cpvfs01 and click on the public folder, and we copy the path and paste it to the path to folder target and click on OK and click on OK. That's it. Next, we need to create the users folder with targets. To do that, we need to right click on the namespace root and click on new folder. And here we type in the name users and we add the folder targets. And in this case, we just paste the previous part and change this to users and click OK and click OK. That's it. Now we need to create two new folders within the namespace root. To do that, we need to right click on the namespace root and click on new folder. And in the name, we type in the first folder, departments, then click on OK. Then we need to repeat the same step to create the project folders. So in the name, we type in projects and click OK. And that's it. Now within the departments folder, we will create folders with targets for all the departments on the file server CPVFS01. To do that, we need to browse to the department share folder on the file server CPVFS01, and we will create the first folder with target for the accounting and finance department. So let's copy the name and get back to the departments folder and click on new folder and paste the name accounting and finance, then click add. Now we need to get the path to the folder target, so we copy the path here and paste it, then click OK, then click OK. That's it. As you can see, I've created all the department folders with targets on the file server CPVFS01. Let's repeat the same step to create all the department folders with targets on the file server CPVFS02. To do that, we need to browse to the departments share folder on the file server CPVFS02. Let's create the first folder with target for the department marketing. So we need to copy the name and go back to the departments folder and right click and click on new folder and paste the name marketing. Let's get back to the marketing department and copy the path and add and paste the path here and click OK and click OK. That's it. As you can see, I've created all the department folders with targets stored on both file servers CPVFS01 and CPVFS02. Now let's open the projects share folder on CPVFS01, and here are all the folders. Let's open the project share folder on CPVFS02. So here we just change it to 2 and hit enter. And here are all the folders. To save time, I built this script to create folders with targets within the projects folder in the namespace root. First, we store the initial path to the project folder in the namespace root to the path variable. Then we store all the paths to the targets where actual data is stored into the target path. After that, we loop through each target path in the target path, and we get all the subfolders in the target path, and we loop through each folder in the folders that we found in the target path, and we construct the full path to the folder target, and we also construct the full path to the target where actual data is stored, and we create the folder with targets. Let's run the script. And it's creating the projects folders with targets in the projects share folder. Now let's verify the variable. The first variable we want to verify is the folders. Before we run it, we must understand that after the for each loop, then we will get the last target path, and in this case is the CPVFS02 projects. So we will find all the folders within that share. Let's run it, and here are all the folders within the projects share folder on CPVFS02. Next, we will check the folder variable, and we will get the last folder, which is TikTok. And now we check the folder path, which is the path to the TikTok, and the target path is the path to the TikTok where actual data is stored. That's it. Now let's open DFS management and click on the project and click on refresh. As you can see, it's created all the projects folders within the project share. Next, we need to update the path to the home directory of all users using this script. So in this script, we store the path to the user share folder in the namespace root to the home path variable. Then we store the distinguished name of the OUs where the script starts searching for the users in the base path variable. Then we get all the AD users from the base path and store it to the users variable. After that, we look through each user in all the users that we find and construct the identity of the user and construct the name of the user. And from the name of the user, we construct the path to the home directory, which is equal to the home path plus the name. And we set the home directory of the user to the home directory path that we constructed earlier. Now, before running the script, let's open a user in Active Directory. In this case, let's open Pamela Srini and click on the Profile tab. As you can see, currently the home directory pointing to the user share folder on CPVFS01. Let's close this and minimize this and run the script. That's it. The script have just updated the path to the home directory of all users. Now let's open Active Directory again and open the account for Pamela Srini and click on the Profile tab. As you can see, now the script updated the path to the home directory to the user's share folder in the namespace root corporate data. Let's close this. And to make sure the script updated for all the users, just check another user in the research and development department and click on the profile tab. And you can see the script updated correctly. That's it. As you may figure it out, we also have to update the path to the public folder, departments folder, and projects folder in the Logon script. Let's open the Logon script of the accounting and finance department to check. As you can see, all the passwords updated correctly. Let's now log in as the user Pamela Srini to verify. After login, let's open File Explorer. As you can see, the path to the departments, publics, projects, and users share folders are using the namespace. Let's click on the departments share folder. As you can see, here are all the folders with targets, which means they are all logical paths. Let's find the physical path for the accounting and finance department. To do that, we need to right-click on the folder and click on Properties and click on DFS tab and expand this. So the data for the accounting and finance department is stored on the shares departments and in the accounting and finance folder on the file server CPVFS01. Let's close this. Now let's verify the physical part for the research and development department, and we need to repeat the same steps. And as you can see, the data for the research and development department is stored in the research and development folder in the shared departments, but on the file server CPVFS02. Let's click on the projects share folder and let's verify the physical path for network nexus folder. To do that, we need to right click and click on properties and click on DFS tab. And here is the physical path for the network nexus folder. It's stored in the projects share folder on the file server CPVFS02. That's it. This is the end of this lesson. Let's read the keynotes.